What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the approximate download file size and content details for the MW3 multiplayer beta. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a reminder, we got plenty of brand new coverage going up over on dkdynamite.com, expanding on all the coverage you're seeing here on the channel, just in the form of journalism. We got plenty of brand new articles on the website, and lots of tweets going up over on Detonated's Twitter as well. But in the background, you're seeing some additional gameplay shots from the recent intel drop that we got for MW3's open world-esque campaign missions. We talked about that in plenty of previous videos, but like I also said in a recent video of mine, I don't think we're going to get much more Modern Warfare 3 marketing until at least COD Next on October the 5th. We'll be talking about that deeper into this video, but that of course will be the big live streamed event where they go ahead and reveal multiplayer, the new Warzone map, and a bit more information about Warzone Mobile, hopefully also a bit of zombies. But in regards to how COD Next will work in comparison to last year, again, very few details are known about the live streamed event, but the way it worked last year was fairly cool. A bunch of content creators got flown out to Los Angeles, in which they were able to play MW2 multiplayer and Warzone 2.0 for the first time, while there were casters on stage talking about the gameplay and premiering trailers for all the brand new game modes. They announced Warzone Mobile. I believe the event itself did begin anywhere from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific, and it ran for about 4+ hours. But just like with last year's COD Next event, the multiplayer beta for the new Call of Duty does begin a day after COD Next. So this year, COD Next is on October the 5th, which means that the multiplayer beta does begin on October the 6th. Now, that already got confirmed perfectly a couple of days ago, so it seems like they are following the same beats as we saw last year with the beginning of COD 2.0. But starting with what's going to be inside of the MW3 multiplayer beta, as they went ahead and confirmed in a recent blog post, this will be the first time we actually see remastered maps inside of an MP beta for a new COD title. They went ahead and wrote, COD Next is also the prelude to the MW3 MP open beta. It will feature a variety of maps, both a selection of core maps from the modernized 16 originals in Modern Warfare 2 2009, as well as new experiences in Ground War, modes, and a litany of new level options to choose from. And also please note, the carry forward content will not be accessible during the MW3 multiplayer beta, meaning you can't bring any of your content from Modern Warfare 2 into Modern Warfare 3 during the beta window. You can only do that during the launch window of the game itself. Both MP beta weekends will feature early access days, 2, as well as an open beta period, and it will be first on PlayStation, probably for the last time ever, since the Sony deal does end with Call of Duty after MW3, and a PS Plus subscription is not required to play on days 3 and 4 during the open beta period. Internet access is of course required, as we all know, but more information is coming really soon about the full beta experience, and I'm sure they'll be talking more about that closer to COD Next, or even the day of COD Next. They'll be talking more about the beta itself, what's included, because it does go live a day later, like I said. Now, if you're looking for any camel grinding tips or assistance before the launch of Modern Warfare 3, you can hit up COD Peter with the link down below in this video's description. Now, apart from seeing remastered maps, it's going to be similar to Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer beta, where again, we get access to maybe a couple of Ground War maps in which you could play Ground War, Invasion. Maybe we'll get early access to the War map, which also got confirmed recently, because yes, War from World War II 2017, a fantastic game mode by the way, is coming back. And then of course for regular multiplayer, you'll still have the usual TDM, probably Domination, Hardpoint, S&D, and maybe even some other new experiences that have yet to be announced. So the beta will be just as packed, if not more packed, than the beta that we got last year for MW2. Now, apart from these 6 maps and 8 modes, and I'm sure it'll be a similar offering for Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2's beta also offered different rewards for just taking part in the beta itself, hitting certain milestones, certain levels, by hitting max rank in the entire beta across both weekends. So we got rewards such as blueprints, actual operator skins, which are sick, and then some other small cosmetics like calling cards, emblems, etc. We'll likely see similar opportunities here with Modern Warfare 3's beta, where you have to do certain things during both weekends to unlock some permanent rewards, which again will be pretty rare for the entire COD community. For those that don't take part in the beta, those rewards will be specifically locked behind beta gameplay and can never be unlocked ever again. But considering how similar both MW2 and 3 are going to be, like I said, MW2 is probably something to go off of in terms of what to expect for the beta offering this time around. Now, the beta officially begins on PS4 and PS5 on Friday, October 6th at 10 a.m. Pacific, which will then end on Tuesday, October 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific. But in terms of how early access does work, those who pre-ordered Modern Warfare 3, any edition by the way, on PS4 or PS5 can begin playing the beta on Friday, October 6th, while for those that did not pre-order the game can still access it on PlayStation from Sunday, October 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific until again the end of the whole PS Plus weekend on Tuesday, October 10th, 10 a.m. Pacific as well. And then for weekend 2, the crossplay beta, that will begin on Thursday, October 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific for those that pre-ordered the game, again, on any platform, and that will end on Monday, October 16th, 10 a.m. Pacific. But for PS4 and PS5 during weekend 2, it's going to be open completely regardless of a pre-order, right? Hopefully that's very clear. But for those on Xbox and PC, PC that do not pre-order, you can go ahead and play starting from Saturday, October 14th, hey, my birthday, and that will end on Monday, October 16th at 10 a.m. Pacific. But to clarify that as well, during the open beta periods for both weekends, that's where you don't need PS Plus or an Xbox Core subscription, but during the closed period, right, for those that pre-ordered, that's where subscriptions are required. Now, in regards to the download dates for the Modern Warfare 3 beta, so if we're to go off anything from last year with COD Next and Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer open beta, then here's what's going to happen, right? So last year, on the 11th of September, a couple of days before COD Next and a couple of days before the actual beta itself for MW2, the download for the beta did pop up in the PlayStation database, and that's typically how it works, right? A new patch will be found in the database, and within a good 4 to 5, maybe 6 days, you're able to preload whatever that update actually is. And what ended up happening is that beginning on September 14th, the exact day before COD Next last year, you were able to preload the MW2 beta on PlayStation at around 10 a.m. Pacific that day. Again, preloads typically don't drop for Xbox or PC, but because of the way PlayStation works, we still get preloads for major Call of Duty updates. Now, if that's anything to go off of, that means that the download for the MW3 beta should pop up in the database on Monday, October 2nd, and will become preloadable on Wednesday, October 4th, the day before COD Next. And then, obviously, the beta does begin at the end of that week on Friday, October the 6th. Now, in regards to the file size for the MW3 beta, the MW2 one last year ranged anywhere from 15 to 30 gigabytes, depending on your region and your platform. MW2 MP on PS5 was around 27 gigs, and then on PS4 was about 34 gigs, while as on Xbox, it ranged from 35.4 gigs for the Xbox One, and was the exact same on Xbox Series X and even S. Now, the minimum specifications for MW2's MP beta for PC stated that 25 gigs was required, while the beta file size on Steam was sitting at around 17.4 gigs. Now, I'm not saying that the beta will be the exact same size here in Modern Warfare 3, but judging on how the content seems like it'll roughly be the same in terms of how many 6v6 maps we get, judging on the ground war maps we're going to receive and everything else, it'll likely be very similar in file size, since again, Modern Warfare 3 is a direct sequel to MW2, and with that in mind, the game is built on the same engine with the same technology, and probably takes up a similar amount of space. But there's also about 24 currently known weapons for Modern Warfare 3 based on gameplay we received from some of the campaign footage, based on some of the blog posts, promo images, and of course a bunch of the rumors circulating the Call of Duty community. These weapons do include, starting with ARs, the AK-556, the Anvil B, the COG-58, the Drakur 556, the Holger 556, the Kastoff 74U, the Kastoff 762, the M4, MCW, MTZ 556. Then when it comes to battle rifles, we have the Bass B, the MTZ 762, the Sidewinder. Moving on to handguns, we just have the Core 45. For a shotgun, we have the Bryson 800. For SMGs, we have the Scorpion Evo 3. We have a Lock 9, a SAR 9, a Striker 45, a WSP 9. For snipers, we have the AMR 50, KVB 73, and the KVS Terminus, followed by an unnamed sniper, which is codenamed the JP10. Now, I'm not a gun expert, so I apologize if I butchered any of those names, but aside from the multiplayer aspect of the Modern Warfare 3 beta, I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, what about a beta for maybe zombies? And the thing is, right, that would be cool to see one day, especially if it's not for a round-based map. I'd say always save that for launch, but if it's for something like Onslaught or Outbreak or something else that's a bit different, I wouldn't mind seeing that one day. Now, it's unclear how one would even work, because if you look at the multiplayer beta, that actually comes out just about a month prior to the full launch of the game. So typically, right, if you look at how MW2 worked last year, typically what happens is you'll have content creators fly out to play an alpha build of sorts early in the summer, then we have the beta or COD Next very early on in the fall, and typically the feedback that gets received during the beta window should be applied to launch. I know things were a bit different last year, but if we have a zombies beta at any point, would there be enough time to even implement feedback from the time that that beta happens for the full launch of the game, or to be a case where, yeah, they receive feedback and that doesn't get implemented until Season 1 in early December, right? Maybe that's how they would handle it. I'd be down for that, but there is a bit more I want to talk about in regards to zombies, and I'll get into that in a separate video in the next couple of days. But I'll also end with this. What about a Warzone beta of some sort? Now, looking at how COD Next worked last year, essentially there was a beta of some sort for Al Mazrah Warzone Battle Royale, technically speaking, right? Since we got to play Warzone in, what was that, mid-September for COD Next. But I know what you guys are thinking, right? Not much feedback even got implemented in Warzone 2 from the period between COD Next to its release in Season 1. We had to wait until Season 2, 3, even 4 to get some major changes that obviously have made Warzone 2 that much better. But I'm still going to go back to the fact that Blackout Battle Royale had a beta all those years ago during BO4, and that game also experienced quite a few development issues behind the scenes, but maybe it's possible to let us playtest the new Warzone map publicly, right, for the entire community, not just a select group of people at COD Next. one could dream, right? We'll just have to wait and see how that's going to be handled, but maybe that really isn't necessary, since apart from MW3's gameplay, movements, and mechanics being incorporated into Warzone 2, it's essentially still just a new map on the existing Warzone 2 app, which we all could play as of right now. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. That's everything we know so far about the upcoming Modern Warfare 3 beta in regards to content, possible download dates, file sizes. Let me know how you're feeling down below about the upcoming COD Next event and everything else we discussed. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.